What's going on, guys? White Horse here. Going to be giving you guys a deck profile today of one of my decks, actually. Switching it up this week. Going to be showcasing you guys some of the decks I've been playing with recently at locals. This is going to be my Mannadium deck profile. I've actually been playing this for a little while now. It's a really good deck. I enjoy the synchro plays a lot. It reminds me a lot of Virtual World, and I've always enjoyed like synchro decks. So yeah, I'm just going to showcase you guys what I've been playing with this version. I did change it up some from time to time, especially after the banlist September. Arise Heart really did hurt this deck a lot, along with Shifter and Droll. And I know like that's like the two cards or the three cards, I guess, you really just don't want to run into with this deck. It needs its graveyard. It also needs to be able to search a lot while you're comboing off. So I have some answers for that still, because unfortunately only Arise Heart got hit, but it's okay. It's a step in the right direction. So without further ado, I'm going to showcase the deck. So for the main monsters, we got the three Ream Heart. Or I guess I'll show you guys all the Mannadium monsters. So I got three Ream Heart, three Meek, and we got two Torrid. I like these ratios a lot. Torrid is one of the newer ones that came out, I believe, out of Duelist Nexus. And this card like opens up a lot of plays, a lot more different plays than what it used to could do with the Fearless. But I really enjoy these ratios. I haven't wanted to change it up or anything. I feel like 3 Meek is necessary, because this is the card you always want to try to get if you can. And if you have Calarium, you can bring this back after you pop it with Visa or with Obsidian. So it's really good. I enjoy that. And then 2 Rykart, Scareclaw Rykart, and then 3 of the man himself, Visa Starfrost. These two are like so good together. I really enjoy having the ability to like pretty much bring this out, get Lightheart, summon Rykart, get a rival, bring this back, and search or synchro for a 10. I know in some of my recent videos I was synchroing for this batter, and I know I can't do that now. But I did find a way I could do it. I believe it's with the Self Synchro Dragon in the extra deck. And so I'm still going to leave that in there. Obviously, I'm going to play it because it kind of goes hard with the Omega combo. And plus, like, if you banish this and you bring it back and you have another level 4 monster, you can just synchro another 10. Usually it's going to be Chinging, because beforehand Baron's usually already going to be out. So, but this card is awesome. Honestly, I love this deck because of the lore as well. So, and that's it for the engine. For the engine of the monsters. For the hand traps, going to be running 3 Ash and 3 Droll. I feel like these are necessary. I mainly run this because of a spell card I have in my deck that answers this card. But I mean, this is good as well. It's just as good to play as it is to like have the. I'll just show you guys. It's the Crossout Designator. Play 3 of this because I don't want to see this card resolve. So, but I have this as well. I mean, it can hurt my opponent just as much as it can hurt me. Certain decks, so it's really good. I like it. It plays well, especially at locals. For the spells, 3 Crossout Designator. I have a few targets for this. So like I have this and the 3 talents. So if I was to get hand trapped, I can cross out and then use talents because they use a monster effect. So like this pair is really good, and talents is just insane this format. Honestly, I really enjoy drawing like free cards or just looking at my opponent's hand. This has come up to where I like hand rip my opponent with this and Omega twice, so it like hits 3 cards after they use the hand trap. So that's like 4 cards total gone out of their hand. And a lot of people usually get discouraged to continue playing after that happens. But field spell, the Peaceful Planet Calarium. I love this card. It's the artwork's beautiful as well. It's really good. It's like the card you want in your hand if you can get it. As well as Recophobia. This card is insane. Love this card a lot. This searches the Rykart, and you get the special summon with the spell card, which is Arrival. Play 2 Arrival because I feel like if I draw one, it's okay because I can just add another one and then I get to use it twice because I don't think this one's once per turn. So it's really, really good. But yeah, so that's some more of the engine. And then I got 2 Obsidian. I have seen people play this at 3, but I really like this at 2. I think it's fun, especially with it being searchable because you can search it with a Ream Heart, or you can use the Visa's Armatara to search this as well. So, and then Imaginings, this card's really good. This is kind of like it's kind of like you're in your in archetype Pot of Greed. It kind of also fixes your hand, so it's really nice. And then I'll just show you guys 2 more one-ofs. Rhoda, Called By. These have come up a lot, and I really enjoy having the Called By this back in the game, because I feel like when cash was legal, like a lot of people stopped playing this, but now like what's his name, Arise Heart's gone, so like I'm starting to see a lot more people play Called By. I like this card a lot. It also hits like multiple monsters, so like if your opponent was like to totally awesome negate something, you could like chain this or hand trap or whatever. It's like sweet. And then for the traps, just 3 Imperm. And then the counter trap, the reframing. This card is insane. Most of the time, like after I side deck going into a game, if I have like an anti-spell or eradicator and this, I'll activate the whether it's the anti-spell or the eradicator first. My opponent has an answer for it, you just chain this because this is a counter trap, and if they don't have a counter trap, which lol, red reboot is banned, so they're really probably not going to have a counter trap, then you just kind of win on the spot. I've had that come up a lot lately with like siding in anti-spell and just chaining this to whatever they activate to try to negate it. So pays off. That's it for the main. For the side or for the extra deck, we got some tokens. 2 Lightheart for the Lynx, Cross Sheep, and Appaloosa. I have not wanted to play anything else besides these. I think at one point I was trying out Underworld Goddess, but like I don't think like that card really needs a place in this deck, because if you go off with your combo and your opponent doesn't have a board breaker or a way to answer it, like you're gonna win, because I mean this deck can set up anywhere from 6 to 7 interruptions if it's played correctly. But that's the Lynx. And then for the fusions, we have Vicious Astrolabe. This card is insane because this is like pretty much, I summon this, get rid of a card, and most of the time I'll use this as synchro material for a Chinging, because this, and if you have a ball, if you summon back a ball off of the Cross Sheep after you make this, you can make Chinging, and then if you have a Visa again, you can banish it, summon your second copy, and then it'll trigger Chinging. So it's really sweet, in case you need the non-target removal. All right, for the synchros, we got Tri-Edge. I was playing what's his name, Stardust Charge Warrior, but this card's cool because he does more than one thing, like, and he's a light as well, so he gets a boost off Calarium, and he's also 100 more attack, which has come up before in place of Charge Warrior. The Visa's Armatara, this card's sweet. Honestly, if you have a way to synchro this with Rykart, you can make Crimson Dragon and cheat out Disbatter. I've done that a couple times. It's a really cool play. I still am on the Stardust Dragon and Stardust Excel, or Excel Stardust Dragon. I haven't really had to use this a lot, but honestly, like, I still have it just in case, but I probably could cut this. It hasn't come up, like I said. And then for the last 8, we play Omega. This card is kind of crazy because if you can get out this and Disbatter, you can activate this effect, banish a card from your opponent's hand, and then Disbatter, summon it back, and then do it again. So this is kind of like overwhelming when you pull that play off for your opponent, because like I said earlier, if they hand trap you and you talents and do this twice, they're losing 4 cards. And if they're going second, they're going to start the game with 2 cards, or start their turn with 2 cards, and then like by the time you finish setting up your board, you'll have like a slew of negates or whatever, like interruptions. So this card's really sweet. It doesn't come up every game, but I try to do it. I try to pull it off if I can. For the 10s, we got Baron de Fleur. This is mandatory. Ching Ying and Dispatter. Honestly, if I can, I try to summon these every single game. Because when your opponent sees these 3 plus like a 3 negate Appaloosa, it kind of they get a little overwhelmed, because like if they have a card like Dark Ruler, you can just use the reframing to negate it, because it is a counter trap. And so if they're not able to really out this board, I mean they usually scoop it up. Have been seeing a lot of spear mode lately. People have, I guess, been seeing me play this deck at locals, and they figured why not, you know, just use spear mode, and just kind of outs this board. But yeah, so, and then for the last synchro, it's a level 12. It's the Crimson Dragon. It is the cheat out the Dispatter most of the time, but I don't run the Calamity package because I don't really want to like play that variant of the deck, that version of it. I'd rather just play the synchros and have fun, to be honest with you. Because like I said, this deck reminds me of Virtual World, and when I played Virtual World, I had a crap ton of fun with this deck, or with that deck. So this deck just kind of reminds me of it. So, but anyways, for the side deck, it's what I've been working with at locals. The only monster is Curry card, Divine Cardinate. This card is insane. This has pretty much come in every single game / match going into side after winning game 1, because my opponent sets up like a crazy board, and I just have this one card. I just tribute everything, summon, and then just like swing for game. And it's pretty crazy. I mean, a lot of people don't expect it either, and a lot of people will like they'll just play the game like normal, just negating stuff, and then when you drop this, they're just like, oh well, I just lose my board and lose the game now. So this card's really sweet. Triple Dark Ruler no more. I feel like this card's mandatory this format because there is a lot of in boards that are just nasty. Really pointing at Sprite, because Sprite has one of the craziest in boards with the Fountain, the Live Twin cards, and the Sprite cards. Yeah, I mainly side it for that matchup. I mean, also just really and truly like any other matchup that this card is needed is really good. So we have those 3, and then for some back row removal, we have 2 Cosmic Cyclone followed with a Harpy's Feather Duster. Not really many Labyrinth players at my locals, but this card has come in clutch, siding in going second. So like if my opponent sides in the anti-spell, I just chain this. Or if I know my opponent has like a back row deck, like I think a couple times I've played against like Eldritch, and I think I played against like Flu, this came up. So this, I like these a lot for back removal. And then even these are also considered my back row removal. This card is just crazy. It's one of my favorite side deck cards, because it just kind of answers a lot. It doesn't just answer back row, it answers kind of everything. And then to end it off, we have the 3 anti-spell. This card is kind of crazy if you because this deck draws a lot of cards. So like if you set up your board and you end up having like a crap ton of negates or 3 to 4 interruptions or whatever, and you end up drawing this card through the combo, like this card, when they see this card and they don't have an answer for it, they just immediately scoop. Because like you have anti-spell plus like a 3 negate Appaloosa, a Baron de Fleur, a Bestial Dispatter that can negate effect, and a Ching Ying that can non-tarp banish, as well as the Mannadium reframing. Like, yeah, your opponent's cooked. I don't think they're going to out that board. And if they do, then they're cracked. So, and they deserve to win. But anyways, guys, that's it for the deck profile. I'm going to be doing some more deck profiles. And I'm going to have those up later. So if you guys would, just please, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Check out the videos. And comment if you want to see anything specific. I'm always taking suggestions and feedback. But anyways, guys, until next time, this is White Horse signing out. Peace.